Hey everyone and welcome to another video. My name is Junebao and today I'm bringing you another story, which I'm sure that you're all very happy and none of you will unsubscribe. Hey, how many times have I used our gag now? What are you saying it doesn't matter? Of course it matters. If I use it too much, people will get angry and call me up for it. Well anyways, when you're outside, maybe at school or at work, you ever have these terrible stomach pains? Like, you feel like you're gonna shit your pants, but all the toilets are disgusting, so you'd rather just hold it in. You know, it's happened to me quite a bit. If it's ever happened to you, then you're some sort of non-human. I probably shouldn't be saying that, because knowing my luck, someone's actually gonna probably be offended by it. Well anyways, I've gotten stomach aches at just the most awkward times. During my 5th grade camp, in the middle of the midterm, in my fucking dream? Like, I should be thankful that it didn't happen during my grandpa's funeral. Cynical jokes aside, in this video I'll be detailing everything that I just stated, and probably more if the video doesn't reach 10 minutes, cause I'm a greedy fuck. And also I wanna see how well a 10-minute story does, so let's get started. Alright, so in 5th grade, we had to go to this camp for about 3 days. We didn't sleep outside though, but we stayed in these small cabins. Inside the cabins, it'd just be one room with a bunch of bunk beds, and the bathroom was basically just a small tiny corner. Like, the bathroom wasn't even a room of its own, it was just like a bunch of stalls. You know, there was one stall for a shower and 2 stalls for the bathroom. You know, it was pretty shit because one of the bathroom stalls, the door was broken. The other one had trouble flushing. I remember one of my friends took a shit in that toilet and it almost clogged. Okay, so we stayed at the camp for about 3 days and we had about 3 meals a day, minus the breakfast of the first day and the dinner of the last day. So it means we had about 7 meals throughout the entire trip. Yeah, I know, math genius, right? Perks of being an Asian. So in these meals we had practically anything a kid could want. I would list them off, but I can't remember. I just knew that there was a huge variety. Okay, so by the second day, we had all this food. I ate quite a bit, actually, because I'm actually a fat ass. So by the third day, I had this huge stomach ache, and oh, you want me to take a shit in those bathrooms? No, fuck that. People at my school, sometimes when you're in the stall, they'll do this gay little meme where they look under the stall or they climb over. It's happened to me a few times, and it's given me this phobia of using stalls at school. And if one of the doors are broken, no, fuck that, I'm out of there. So the bus ride home was about an hour, and it was probably as agonizing as you expect. Every time there was a speed bump, I felt like I would shit my pants. I think the only reason why I didn't shit my pants was the guy sitting next to me. He was watching Shrek 2 or some shit on his phone, which, Shrek, the movie, great distraction. If you're dying of a very bad illness, maybe cancer, watch Shrek, you'll be automatically cured on the spot. Probably. So once we arrived, I rushed home and took the most painful shit of my life. It was probably an hour long, and I'm pretty sure at this point mostly everyone clicked off the video. They saw that picture of a disgusting toilet, disliked it, unsubscribed, and left forever. If you're still watching, then kudos to you, you get to listen to a few more disgusting stories that are extremely boring. Okay, so during the midterm of all days, I got a terrible stomach ache. Now this takes place in middle school. It was the history midterm, which, you know, at least there's that, it's history, no one gives a shit. If it's not math, then it doesn't matter. Now, for the midterm, I actually studied a bit because at the time I was pretty interested in history, so I looked at it, I knew most of the answers, so I got through about a quarter of the test before I started getting a stomach ache. Now, me being the Asian I am, fought through that stomach ache and still got a good score in the test, and I focused amazingly. Well, no, actually, I just circled down random letters and hoped for the best. So I pretty much rushed through the entire test. There were like 40, 50 questions left, I don't remember, but I rushed through it within the next 10, 15 minutes. But I'm pretty sure I still got some of them right. Like, some of the answers, they were incredibly obvious, like, oh, when did Columbus get to America? Oh, I don't know, 1842, that sounds about right. But you know, if that stomach ache, those 10 minutes felt a lot longer. Okay, so I finished up the multiple choice answers because, to be honest, I just really wanted to get that out of the way and relax with the stomach ache. But some of you may have already guessed it, but there's this little thing at the end of the midterm. It's called an open response. Now, I was not in the mood for an open response, so I just went, fuck this, I'm out of here. So, even if the toilets were pretty fucking disgusting, I decided to just go there anyways because my stomach ache was that bad. So at my school, we had bathroom passes, and there were these little paper slips that we gave to a teacher, and we had a certain number of them, so, you know, we could only go to a bathroom a certain number of times. Oh, I get where the story is going. You ran out of bathroom passes. How predictable. Ha! No, you were wrong. I actually had a ton of bathroom passes left over because I never go to the bathroom. Alright, so here's what actually happened. So I keep all my bathroom passes in my bag, right? So I unzip my bag. So as I'm unzipping my bag, I look up and I realize that Everyone's looking at me. So I take out my pass, I go up to the front where the teacher is, and I ask her if I can go to the bathroom. She asked me if I finished my test or not. I said no, and she went, "Fuck off. You can go to the bathroom maybe after you finish your test." Well, no, she didn't actually say that, but, it's a popular trend among stories to demonize teachers, so, yeah, in reality, she was actually very polite about it. So I went back to my seat, still having a really terrible stomach ache, and with a full open response left for me to do. Now, I didn't even know what I wrote. I just wrote down some random ass shit, trying to get through it as fast as I could. Then I passed it in and rushed to the bathroom and took a shit, finally. Even though the toilet was disgusting as fuck, and once I got home, I probably took a shower immediately. I was really relieved when I got back to the classroom. You know what the ironic thing about this is? It's that as I'm reading this, I'm having a terrible stomach ache and... Cut the intermission. Okay, I'm back now. Where were we? Oh, right. So, on that midterm, I got a 71, which wasn't bad considering the circumstances. I think it was mostly just me being incredibly lucky, but, yeah. Okay, on to the next story. Okay, so this next story takes place in my dream. Oh, wow, I'm 6 stories in, and I've already resorted to telling my dreams as stories. De-age in life, I've dealt with shit content for long enough. Normal stories is one thing, but telling your dreams as stories? That's ridiculous! No amount of self-deprecation or self-awareness can cover up the fact that your content is horrible. Okay, so this story is kinda interesting because, I had a stomach ache while I was sleeping. Alright, so I was sleeping as usual. I was having dreams about great stuff. I was posting these story videos onto my YouTube channel. They were getting hundreds of thousands of views. Just in my dreams. Alright, so in the middle of the dream, because I remember this, in the dream I started getting a stomach ache. Yes, inside the dream. Yes, I got a stomach ache in the dream. And wow, I am repeating myself like a fucking retard. Oh well, I'm just gonna keep that in for the ad rev. Okay, so in the dream I was having stomach pains, but I didn't really realize it because I was asleep. I felt the pain, but I wasn't sure if it was real or not, if you get what I'm saying. So I wake up, and after about 5 minutes of twisting and turning, I realized that I have this really painful stomach ache, and I'm on the verge of shitting my pants. And wow, this is genuinely cringy. I should wrap this up. Okay, well, I didn't shit my pants. I went to the bathroom, and since it was 4 in the morning, I tried to go back to sleep, but I couldn't, so I spent the next 4 hours in bed. Okay, I'm happy that cringe stress is over with, but sadly, since it hasn't reached 10 minutes yet, I have to tell several more stories, which are equally, if not more, cringy. Okay, so I'll tell you guys one more story, maybe 2 if that one story doesn't get this video 10 minutes, cause I'm an actual scumbag. But, if I keep dragging out the video like I'm doing right now, then one story is enough to get this video to 10 minutes. Actually, jokes aside, I do have something to tell you guys at the end of the video, some sort of update. But, I do have one more story to tell in this video, so, I'll give you guys the update after that. By the way, the update actually is important, so you really should stick around for it, or you can just skip through a short story, cause, yeah. Alright, at this point, I actually am just dragging this on, so, let's get into the story. Okay, so this takes place in my high school orientation, which, not to poke fun at the audience, well, yes, it is to poke fun at the audience. I bet most of you haven't had a high school orientation yet. If you had, then you're either a voice actor from Story Shift, or a faggot that knows me in real life and is looking at my videos. So, if you don't know what high school orientation is, it's an orientation for high school. Wow, that was very descriptive. Well, essentially, it's a tour of the high school. My orientation lasted about 3 hours, so, I went to the high school, and I started getting this really bad stomach ache about 10 minutes in, so it wasn't really that funny, nothing really happened, but the outcome of it was kind of messed up, because throughout the tour, I had a really bad stomach ache, and I couldn't really pay attention to what the tour guide was saying. Now, my stories are incredibly predictable, so you probably already know what happened. Actually, that phrase in itself is rather predictable, and every time I conclude a story, I say that. Yes, I had no idea how to navigate through the high school, and it made my first week of high school, which was in reality 3 days, terrible. Now, I could tell you guys what happened that week, but I'll just do a cheap thing and leave it up to your imaginations. Cause, honestly, if I don't, it'll probably end up being super underwhelming to most of you, so, yeah. Alright, so before I go, I have a bit of an update. It's not a long one, it's a really short one before I play the outro. Also, I might sound a bit different because now I'm really up close to the mic. So, I've mentioned this in previous story videos. Come on, I need the watch time, my channel is dying. And these story videos are making it even worse. Sorta as a joke, but it's actually happening. These story videos are terrible for my channel. I've mentioned it before in comment sections, but it actually does stagnate my subscriber count. So what I'm trying to get at is that I'll be stopping production of these story videos for now, cause Like I just said, it's not good for my channel. So this will be the last story video you see in a while, which I'm sure none of you are too upset about that. Also, this video is 10 minutes long because I genuinely want to see how well a 10-minute story does and how well received it is by you guys. But that's basically another way of me saying I want more money and I'm making this 10 minutes so I can put down a shit ton of mid-roll ads. By the way, what I was talking about earlier in the update, well, this update is really unorganized, but earlier when I said that these story videos will be put on hold for now, I'm planning on making a full-on video explaining the situation, so keep an eye out for that. Well, to be honest, most of you probably don't care. Well, that's it for a video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe leave a like and subscribe if you haven't, and have a mediocre day. This video did not have to be 10 minutes long. I think it's time for me to actually unsubscribe.